Hey, welcome to a new video. YouTube has become a place for all kinds of content, from cat videos to makeup tutorials. But among the millions of hours of footage, there are also some terrifying things captured by brave YouTubers. Whether you're a skeptical or a believer, some of these videos will definitely send shivers down your spine. Are you new to this channel? Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And before we start, also like the video. This YouTuber named Vjama and his friends decided to do a 24-hour challenge in an abandoned spooky house. The house supposedly burnt down 10 years ago, and as soon as they climbed over the fence, they immediately got an eerie feeling. They eventually found a spot where they could sleep, and they fell asleep pretty quickly. However, the YouTuber was woken up a few hours later by his friend who heard something. They checked the room where the noise should have come from, and then this happened.
What the hell was that? Alex?
There was also a small side room in the room that was a dead end. But as you saw, it looked like there was a shadow person in the room. When they noticed this themselves, they quickly fled and didn't want to finish their challenge. But what do you think they saw? Exploring with Josh is a YouTube channel with over 4.3 million subscribers. It's one of the largest channels on YouTube that explores abandoned places. In this video called The Haunting of Hill House, they explore an abandoned house where an older woman is said to have lived. According to many stories, the house is haunted. The house is in disarray, and there are things scattered all over the floor. It seems like it was left this way when they left. As they explore the ground floor, this happens.
But I just want to make sure there's not like a homeless guy. Oh my god!
Suddenly, a door opens, which is quite scary because no one's around. It's as if the woman is telling them to leave the house. It's pretty creepy that the door opened out of nowhere when no one's around. One thing's for sure, if this happened to me, I would have run away a long time ago. A YouTuber named She found an underground safe house in May of 2017. While walking around the abandoned industrial area, he discovered an old factory and decided to go inside. In the video, the man walks down a dark long hallway until he eventually comes to some sort of metal door lock. He opened it and climbed down a ladder that led into a dark tunnel that led to an underground bunker. It appears the bunker has fully functioning lights with safe ventilation. Several halls and rooms contain tables with various tools, medicines, safety helmets, toys, and newspaper articles. Another room they found was full of bunk beds. For the rest, there are boxes full of equipment that seems to come from the Second World War. It seems that the place was abandoned a long time ago, but maybe it'll be used in the future if needed. This moment was captured on camera by two YouTubers, Sam and Colby, when they were exploring the Cobb Estate. The Cobb Estate is a historic site located in Altadena, California. It's considered a spooky hiking trail that leads to a ruined mansion. The mansion is situated in a forest, and is known as a place where bad people hang out. And if you're looking for creepy things like rituals and other horror things, then this is the place to go. The YouTuber claimed to have heard creepy sounds and were even chased by a sect group at one point. Many people say that spirits hang around on the hiking trail and in the mansion. However, the scariest part is the forest, and especially at night. So it's no wonder that the YouTubers quickly fled the area. The Bucket List Boys is a YouTube channel of a group of friends exploring old abandoned places. In this video, they're at a spooky hospital that's been empty for decades. The hospital has a dark history, and for the most part, nothing happens. However, at 3 a.m., the mood changes in the group. As they explore one of the rooms, they hear a noise. One of the boys thinks it's his friend trying to scare him, but he says it's not him. They decide to continue and they run into something that scares them.
Wait, this?
No.
Did you hear that?
What the?
As you saw, a small bike came riding towards them, which reminded me of the movie Saw. They run away and almost fall into a large hole in the floor. I don't know if this was staged, but let's hope it was a joke by one of the boys. In this video, we see Jesse and Gina, who used to be called Boyfriend vs. Girlfriend on YouTube. The video was uploaded on February 16, 2013, where they visit a haunted prison. They bring along a friend and another person who is likely giving them a tour. At one point, Gina challenges Jesse to sit alone in a spooky cell, but he eventually backs out. However, the scariest thing in this video happened while they're talking to each other. Take a look.
To see if he did. So just so you know. And we did a seance.
It echoes so bad in here.
As you can see, a figure appears behind Jesse by the door on the left. People in the comments were discussing what it could have been. Some believe that it was a shadow figure or a ghost, while others think it was a person leaving the building. It's difficult to see, but there's definitely something by the door. What do you think it is? Let me know in the comments. A popular YouTuber named Josh was exploring a cave in Washington called the Gifford Pinchot National Forest in 2016. As Josh and his friends walked deeper into the cave, they came by a narrow area. Here they had to crawl on their hands and knees if they wanted to continue. The temperature in the cave also started to drop. When they got far enough into the cave, they finally decided to return, until suddenly she heard someone crying in the distance. They walked towards the sound and saw a young girl standing in the cave all alone. She had managed to crawl into the cave without a flashlight. The boys soon discover she doesn't speak English and take her to the exit of the cave where she is reunited with her worried parents. Fortunately, it turned out well and the girl is back in safe hands. I don't want to think about what could have happened if the YouTubers hadn't found the girl. It's no surprise that some of us are sometimes scared in the dark, because thanks to scary movies, we all know what can happen when the lights go out. A YouTuber named Marissa Rachel is the one who really experienced creepy things in her bedroom when she decided to film a video for school. She left her room for a moment and left a camera behind, and what happened next reminded her of a horror movie. The YouTuber claimed that she saw a ghost hiding under her bed on camera. When she later reviewed the camera footage, she was terrified. The woman left her room and then the camera suddenly fell to the ground and landed at the bottom of her bed. If you look closely at the video, you can see a small hand for a second, but then it disappears again in a second. Do you think this was a real ghost? Franco TV is a YouTuber known for exploring paranormal places. In this video, uploaded in September 2019, he explores a spooky cemetery in the middle of the day. He feels like someone is still around, but since he doesn't see anyone, he decides to continue. But suddenly he sees something. Watch it here. An older woman seemed to be sitting in a chair in one of the crypts. She could of course be visiting a deceased family member. But when Franco walks to the room, she suddenly disappears. A few minutes later, he encounters the woman again. But this time she's sitting on a bench staring at one of the gravestones. When he calls out to her, she doesn't answer him and just looks at him. Franco himself doesn't know if this was a ghost or a woman who didn't want to be disturbed. But if you encounter something like this at night, it would be really scary. FaZe Rug is a YouTuber with over 23 million subscribers. In this video that he uploaded on May 15, 2019, he explores an abandoned amusement park with two of his friends. He claims that the park has been abandoned since 1986. After climbing over a fence, they enter a building where it's pitch black, and they only have a phone with a light. They find a building with the words "Come inside" written on it, and after some hesitation, they decide to enter. When the door slowly opens, they see some paintings, including one of a family with a Christmas tree. There appears to be a ghostly apparition at the top of the tree. According to the owner of the amusement park, this building is the most haunted, and in many places that they walked, they felt a cold presence. At one point, something unexpected happens. When they arrive at another building, one of the girls feels like she's being watched. The events that follow are quite scary, and they immediately run back to the entrance.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how scared are you guys? Because I'm at a 10.
I'm at 11.
What?
Go in.
Go in.
A YouTube channel called Interesting, Creepy, and Abandoned is exploring a haunted house to see what they can find. They search several floors until they finally arrive at an abandoned attic. When they climb up an old staircase, the atmosphere in the room suddenly changes. They feel like something is there. As they get to the end of the ladder, they see a doll hanging from a thread all by itself. This is scary enough, but then suddenly the doll starts spinning slowly to the right before their eyes. They were so scared that she did not dare to go any closer and decided to leave the house immediately before other things might happen. Nadeshot is an American former professional Call of Duty player and founder of esports team 100 Thieves. In 2015, he made a video showing that his apartment where he lived at was haunted. Nadeshot complained that he couldn't really sleep comfortably because he heard strange noises, things like children's laughter and so on. He claims that it didn't happen often, but the night he saw the paranormal activity, it was really intense. It was a regular night and suddenly his heart started pounding like crazy. And then he felt a cold hand touch his neck. The next day, he decided to set up multiple cameras, and different objects in his house fell over. It's therefore more logical that he decided to move out. If you look closely, it seems that there's also a number of orbs flying by. Pretty creepy, huh? Logan Paul is a famous YouTuber with over 23 million subscribers, who used to upload daily videos in February 2017. One day, a friend of his was visiting a creepy cabin, and after he uploaded the video, his viewers noticed something disturbing in the footage.
Dude, there's a cat right there, there's a cat.
Did you see that? I'm gonna play it again.
Dude, there's a cat right there, there's a cat.
As you can see, a shadowy figure appears to walk across the screen. While you might think it's fake, Logan decides to check the original unedited footage, and even plays it in slow motion. In my opinion, it's inexplicable, and could have been a ghost. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. The Proper People Vlogs is a YouTube channel with about 107,000 subscribers. These guys explore abandoned places, and in one of their videos, they explore an abandoned asylum late at night. The video starts with them in a car driving down a long, creepy road with bushes and trees on the side. They arrive at the building and explore it, finding a lot of trash on the ground and graffiti sprayed on the walls. When they reach the top floor of the building, there seems to be a light shining in one of the windows. At certain moments in the video, they also seem to hear voices. Take a listen. When they come down and take a look outside through a broken window, they see some kind of courtyard with a staircase leading up. But behind the staircase, they seem to see someone.
Oh shit. There's somebody there. No way. Yes, I see their light.
This gives them a weird feeling, and they decide not to continue exploring the place. When they get outside and back to the car, they also seem to hear other things coming from the woods. When they say hello and get no answer back, they decide to leave the place, which in my opinion is a wise choice, because the feeling of being watched can be very scary, and you never know what could happen next. A YouTuber by the name of Sean Baker saw something strange growing in his backyard one day. He decided to ignore it for a few days, but after a while it just got bigger and bigger. Sean decided to hit it with a stick to see what would happen. It made a strange noise. He had no idea what it could be and took out his camera to make a video of it and post it on YouTube. In the comments, many opinions of people emerged as to what it could be possible. Some thought it was something from an alien civilization, while others thought it was a rare fungus. There is not much information on this story, so I hope it was non-toxic and he eventually removed it. What do you think this is? Let me know in the comments. Something creepy was captured on camera when two YouTubers decided to fly a drone. It was a shock when the drone captured a creepy clown running near the tracks. The YouTubers believe it was a dangerous clown who chases people who are lost in the woods. The boys had heard stories about this clown before, and were curious to check the area and see if they could encounter the clown. So the best idea that they could have was to launch a drone and let it search. And it worked. Eventually, they discovered it was an old man who was dressed as a clown and was chasing children. Do you find clowns scary too? Let me know in the comments. Brennan Taylor is a YouTuber who in October 2016 explored an abandoned motel near Las Vegas. People who live nearby say that there are rumors of strange things happening in the past and possible sightings of ghosts. The motel has been completely abandoned since 1990. However, when Brennan and his friends explore the place, they suddenly hear a voice. They feel like something might be living there, but they find no one. At one point, they hear a loud noise and decided to run downstairs to get away. But just before turning the corner, you can see a woman standing on the balcony. According to people in the comments, the woman is wearing clothes from the 90s, the same period when the motel was abandoned. Some think it was a ghost, while others say it could have been a homeless person. But it's certainly creepy that they weren't alone. Marcus Green is a YouTuber with about 20,000 subscribers. In a video he uploaded, he explores an abandoned house with a friend. First, stories circulated about this house that it's full of paranormal energy. When they try to enter the house, they see that it's already open, and there's a handwritten message on the wall that says, "Start at your own risk." As they walk further, they come across a door on the upper floor that reads, "Do not enter." It seems like someone has made a game out of this house. This house is very big and seems like a maze, especially in the dark. When they explore the upper floor, something falls on the ground, and they hear a sound. Listen.
What was that?
What was that?
Dude, let's get out of here.
They heard a sound of something falling on the ground. After hearing this, they didn't stay long and quickly searched for the exit. But they panicked a bit because they couldn't find their way back. However, in the end, they were able to come back safely. This video is from 2009 from a YouTuber named Lulier. He says that he has experienced several paranormal things in his house and decides to film it as evidence one night. Every night he closed a door that suddenly opened the next morning. He also heard sounds of someone crying. One day he walked into the kitchen and a face looked at him through the glass of the room door. Seeing this, he opened the door and stepped inside to see what was there. But he didn't seem to find anything. When he closes the door, a face appears a second time. He puts his hand on the window, and if you look closely, you can see that the ghost is doing exactly the same. At one point, he decides to re-enter the room and finds no one there, but he hears crying noises. The strange thing about this video is that this was his very last upload on YouTube, and nothing has been heard from the boy since then. The following video footage is of an alien and is very scary. It was posted by the YouTube channel NASA Jim in October 2009. The strange thing about this video is that the channel that uploaded it hasn't uploaded many other videos. In the video, we see a person dressed in a long coat with a goat mask. The video's description claims that this person used to be a scientist at NASA, and that he knows why humanity is suffering today. According to him, extraterrestrial beings have learned a method they use to enslave people. The theory he advocates is the belief held by some religions, and he thinks that all people need to be cured of it. He also explains that people from another planet have expressed that greed has caused a disaster on this planet. What a strange video, huh? Do you believe this? Papa Jake is a YouTube channel with over 6.5 million subscribers and uploads various gaming videos and challenges. However, in July 2017, he and some friends went to explore an abandoned creepy tunnel. To get there, they have to go through a big forest, and they decide to do it at 3 a.m. According to stories, the creature called the Rake has been spotted in this forest before. As Jake and the others walk through the forest, one of his friends seems to notice something. Since no one else can see anything, he convinces himself that it was nothing and they continue. However, when they reach the tunnel and start investigating, they encounter a strange creature. Take a look. They're terrified and run as fast as possible to the tunnel exit. Do you believe this was real or something else? Alex, better known as FaZe Adapt, is a YouTuber with almost 6 million subscribers. On April 19, 2016, he uploaded a video in which he and a group of friends explore an abandoned asylum. They walk through a forest for several minutes to reach the location. It's a huge building with multiple floors, and it appears to be falling apart. At around 9 minutes into the video, he looks through a broken window of a closed door with his camera. At the moment he films this, he sees nothing. But people in the comments said that they saw a face in the window of the other door. In my opinion, it looks very scary. What do you think this was? Let me know in the comments. On February 16, 2015, the YouTube channel Exploring with Josh uploaded a video in which they went to visit an abandoned school. The secret place is said to have been abandoned since 2002. They walk through several corridors and find a few things here and there, but nothing interesting. When they suddenly walked down a staircase, they smelled something strange. They decided to investigate. When they got downstairs, they found a chair in the middle of what looks like a satanic ritual. The guys say in the video that the place has a funny smell and that the blood is smeared on the floor around the chair. But this could of course also be paint that was still wet. So this could have happened recently. Despite whether or not this was really meant for a ritual or not, it still makes for an eerie place to discover. After the YouTubers took pictures and video footage of it, they decided to leave the school again. We've all learned not to explore creepy and dark tunnels because, according to various stories, they can hide scary and terrifying things. The person who made this next video had the most chilling exploration of his life when he walked through a tunnel system that was over 10 miles or 16 kilometers long. The tunnel system was said to be hidden deep in a forest. When the person was deep in the tunnel, he noticed that it was very quiet, and suddenly he felt like he was being watched. But he didn't think much of it, and he decided to continue exploring until he encountered a creepy creature in the tunnel out of nowhere. According to some people, this was the Rake, a creepy humanoid creature. What do you think it was? The next video is about a woman named Shannon, who's filming a tutorial on how to braid hair. A few minutes into the video, this happens. Take a look.
Right here in the front of your hair, you're gonna split it into 3.
As you saw, the door behind her suddenly slams shut. She says that strange things have been happening in her house lately. She hears voices, banging, and doors slamming from time to time. She also tells that one day while she was in bed, she suddenly heard a voice of an elderly man. But when she checked the room where it came from, she couldn't find anyone. Later that day, she uploaded another video telling that something had happened. And then this happens.
Oh my god. Did you hear that?
If you listen carefully, you could hear banging in the voice of an elderly man. She takes her camera upstairs and finds nothing, only a dark room full of boxes. Some people think that this was staged, while others do believe that the ghost is haunting her house. What do you think? Mr. Beast is a YouTuber who most of you probably know. He has over 137 million subscribers on his YouTube channel, and every video he makes gets tens of millions of views. Normally, Mr. Beast gives away money. But in this video, he and a group of friends decided to explore and stay at the Ohio State Penitentiary for 24 hours. According to Mr. Beast, it's the spookiest place in the world. He tells that the place is so big that even if he walked around it all night, they still wouldn't have seen the whole building. In the video, strange things happen. When Mr. Beast communicates with his friend via walkie-talkie, they suddenly hear a woman say something.
RC riding on tight.
What was that?
It should only be me and Chris.
Unfortunately, not much else happens in the video, but the scariest part is when this happens. Take a look.
Wait, what if something's in the tea? Oh, it's just James Charles.
FaZe Adapt and some other guys had the idea to explore an abandoned insane asylum in April 2016. However, they captured something creepy on camera that was later discovered by the people in the comments. We all know it's a bad idea to visit places like these, but it seems like YouTubers aren't afraid at all. When you watch this video, you get the feeling that they are in a video game. And it's also very frightening what they found in the dark. Some creature with glowing eyes gave people in the comments the scare of their lives. The boys themselves later realized that a strange creature was staring at them in the dark. Other people claim that it was just an object and not a creature. Whatever it was, I think most people would prefer to never explore a place like this. A YouTuber known for treasure diving named DalMYD shares all of his adventures on YouTube with over 7 million subscribers. In April 2017, he was diving in the river in Columbus, Georgia in the United States. After swimming for a while, he found several small things, including a few jewels and necklaces. At one point, he came across a black box. Hoping that it contained some jewelry or gold, he opened the box and found a small plastic bag inside. He sat looking at it and turned the plastic over and saw that it had a label on it. Suddenly he was shocked and realized that these were human remains. He swam to the surface and called the police and told them what he had just found. The police told the YouTuber that it was best to put the black box back where it came from out of respect for the deceased. In this video, a popular YouTuber named Guava Juice goes to a haunted house somewhere in Peru. Besides the fact that the place where he is very creepy, he also claims to captured a ghost on camera here. According to him, there's multiple haunted houses in Peru filled with all sorts of ghosts. And if you've captured one on camera, you've been very lucky, because a ghost doesn't just appear out of nowhere. Ghosts often appear at times when you least expect it. In the case of Guava Juice, it seems that he saw a shadow of something or a ghost appearing in the window. However, he says that he's not afraid of ghosts, but unfortunately, he couldn't enter the house because it was off limits. This video was uploaded by a YouTube user named David Clow and shows a bridge located in Rio Tarcoles, Costa Rica. The footage was filmed in March 2013, and the place they're at is known as the Crocodile Bridge. In the video, we see several people feeding crocodiles. However, one person seems to be taking photos close to the edge of the river. At first, some people call out that he's too close and should be careful. But he doesn't seem to listen. As you can see, someone throws some food into the water, which probably saved the man, because one of the crocodiles came very close. Fortunately, the photographer managed to get out of the way just in time, as there was a high chance that it would have ended badly. Steve Ronan is a YouTuber with 850,000 subscribers. He also has a YouTube channel where he mainly explores abandoned places. When he was on vacation in Singapore, he searched the internet for the country's 5 scariest places. He eventually found an abandoned mansion and decided to go there alone at night. According to him, a royal family once lived there. At one point, he stands by a large staircase on the ground floor with several rooms. In one of these rooms, you can also see a kind of black orb passing by. After exploring everything, he wants to film an outro, but he hears a sound coming from upstairs and hides behind a closet on the ground. Then this happens. According to Steve, this was a demon, but in my opinion, it looks more like a person. What do you think it was? Let me know in the comments. In November 2018, a YouTuber named Lukey Mick made an eerie discovery while exploring an abandoned park in Victoria, Australia. The park was officially closed in 2012, and it is rumored to be haunted. As they walked through the park and buildings, they encountered various things such as broken vending machines, old tables, chairs, and walls full of photos of Australian animals. It seemed like no one had been there since 2012, and the place was left like that. At one point, he enters a dark room where they find a large tank that appears to be filled with some sort of dark liquid. When the man moves to the other side of the tank, he realizes he is face to face with a huge sea monster. When the park was declared bankrupt, the owner had left everything behind, including the giant shark that was in the tank. When the video went viral on YouTube, a company moved the dead shark to a different location a few months later. It's no secret that people around the world still manage to find bombs and mines from World War II. The scariest thing is that you never know if it can still explode or not. But the person in this video seems to be very brave. With a metal detector, he manages to find various items, including a couple of silver dimes, a ring, and a Mexican 5 centavos from 1943. But all these things were nothing compared to what he found next. The man found a real bomb from World War II underground. Normally, you would call the authorities right away, but the man decided to pick it up with his bare hands. It's not advisable to even go near these things if you find them, so be aware. Kodiak Murawski is a YouTuber who uploaded a video in December 2013 of himself diving with his father. At one point, he finds a large lobster and goes after it to catch it. As the lobster seems to enter an underwater cave, the man gets lost and doesn't know which way to exit. When this happened, he said he got a strange feeling in his stomach and a sense of panic when realizing that this could be the end. Fortunately, he finds the opening and manages to swim to the surface with the lobster. The man also said that he gained a new appreciation for life after this experience. Joe Weller is a YouTuber from the United Kingdom, who you might know from the very first YouTube boxing match between KSI and himself. His YouTube channel has over 5.3 million subscribers, and on May 11, 2017, he uploaded a video exploring an abandoned and eerie hospital. At one point, his friend says that he saw something at the end of the hallway. They get the feeling that something or someone's watching them, so they ask if it can make a scary sound, and they'll leave if it does.
Noise. We'll chuck something.
However, nothing happens, so they continue exploring. After a while, they start to feel like they're really being watched, so they quickly leave. The next YouTuber named Joe feels like he heard moving in his apartment at night. He decides to put a camera down while he sleeps and is shocked the next morning when he watched the video back. An unknown woman climbs down from the roof of his house and is looking for some food and drink. According to the man, this person had been living in his house for several weeks. When the owner got up in the night to get some water, he almost caught the intruder, as you can see in the video. Little else is known about this story, so whether this is really true or not is unclear. But if this really happened, it is certainly very creepy. Ali H is a YouTuber with 250,000 subscribers who was walking his dog one day near his old school. As they walk through a wooded area, his dog finds something that looks like a strap on the ground. Ali picks it up and realizes it's a GoPro. When he gets home, he watches the footage and it gives him a disturbing feeling. This is what he saw. Take a look. As he saw, it looked like a satanic ritual mixed with other very strange footage. He asked people in the comments what they thought it meant. Some think it may have been footage from a movie or from the dark web. Nightscape is a YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers who traveled with his friends to Paris to explore the catacombs. They met someone online who they trusted to be their guide, but unfortunately, things didn't go according to the plan. The guide told them they needed to go to the bathroom and would be back soon, but in the meantime, he somehow took a large portion of their equipment, including a camera, mobile phones, and flashlights, leaving the boys completely alone deep in the catacombs. Instead of panicking, they decided to stay calm and laid down stones to indicate where they'd been. After about 2 hours, they heard a noise, and another group of French people came to their aid. This scary video was uploaded to a YouTube channel called RM Videos in March 2018, and shows a baby vampire doll. The doll stands on top of an unmarked gravestone in a cemetery, and a bottle of blood appears to be standing next to the doll. According to some people, this doll could be possessed, because it doesn't matter from which direction you look at the doll, but its eyes follow you everywhere. People in the comments also compared the doll to Chucky's horror films. It was later revealed that the doll was the work of a sculptor who placed the doll on this spot in the hope that people would discover it. Real or not, it is certainly terrifying how the doll can follow you with its eyes, and it would certainly have been a scary discovery for those who found it. This video is definitely the scariest, because the boys were exploring various hidden places, and at one point they encountered a creepy man in a tunnel. This abandoned tunnel was hidden deep in the woods somewhere. When the boys entered the location, it was already pretty scary, but they never expected to encounter someone there. As they penetrated deeper and deeper into the tunnel, they suddenly realized they weren't alone. Watch what happened. Of course, the YouTubers got scared and started running out of the tunnel. Although we can't see Although we can't see who exactly is following them, you can tell from their faces that it was a very creepy person hiding there. Have you ever experienced something scary? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos we've made, click one on the screen or take a look at the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.